locations in the city. And greetings to all senior managers present, members of the media. Thank you very much for honoring this appointment with you today to come and make the members of the public aware of what the municipalities do. Good morning and compliments of the new year. We know that 2022 has been a difficult year in many aspects, economically, as well as the challenges of floods that we experienced. And we wish our citizens, residents of eThekwini, all the best for the new year. We appreciate this opportunity to meet with you once again this year as we round off the festive season. Let me take this opportunity to thank all our visitors who made Durban their home during this festive season. We also want to thank our residents and tourism products owners for the warm reception they provided to holiday makers during festive season. Despite the challenges we experienced in 2022 because of floods, we are proud that once again Durban lived up to its tag of being Africa's playground. Although there were limitations in this regard, this was demonstrated by thousands of visitors who flocked to our beaches, promenade, restaurants, hotels, and B&Bs. Apart from enjoying the sea, sand, sun, and surf, visitors were also treated to a number of signature events such as Durban Jazz Festival, Fair Durban Rock, Waza Durban, and many more. We also successfully hosted a PSL soccer match between Kaizer Chiefs and Golden Arrows. I won't talk about the score, as well as the rugby match between the Sharks and the Blue Bulls on the New Year's Eve. Yesterday, I also attended the cricket match, which became a huge success. The stadium was full, and people were happy to be in Durban. All these activities brought thousands of visitors to the city, as the accommodation occupancy rate reached 65%. This translates into 702,785 visitors with a direct spend of 1.5 billion rand. Over 3.8 billion contribution to the GDP and 7,775 jobs created during festive season. As a result of heightened police visibility on the roads and in our communities, few incidents of crime and road crashes were reported during the festive season. We are also pleased that due to our systematic preparations and planning, we only saw 47 separated children, which were quickly reunited with their families within 24 hours. We attribute this success to the festive season integrated management plan and safety plan which we launched with the provincial government, and the release of the new policy recruits of Metro and SAPS in December, which have added more value in securing the lives of our people. As a result of this integrated approach to law enforcement, we were able to achieve the following results from the 15th of December 2022 to the 11th of January 2023. 15,617 fines were issued on transgressions. 1,503 vehicles stopped and searched. 70 compliance inspections to businesses. As the city, we are encouraged that despite the challenges we are experiencing with some of our beaches, thousands of visitors still descended on our shores here in Durban. This holiday season provided us with an opportunity to showcase other Durban hidden gems. Some of you joined me when we visited some of the areas to showcase that Durban has more to offer. Therefore, the success we have achieved during this festive season has laid a solid foundation for us to prepare for the Easter holidays. On the status of beaches, Ladies and gentlemen, you recall that during the festive season, only 12 beaches were open for swimming. Even the number is 12, but you can go and check other cities, how many beaches were operating during festive season. I think our number is still big. As a result of the progress we have made in repairing our pump stations along the coastline, we have now been able to open more beaches in our city. We are pleased to announce that the following beaches are safe and open for swimming as per the recent water quality results: Point Beach, Ushaka Marine Beach, Eddington Beach, South Beach, West Beach, North Beach, Bay of Plate, Todi Main, Brighton Beach, Umdlodi Main, Ungababa, Umhlanga Main Beach, Westbrook, and Battery Beach. These are the beaches that are already opened. The beaches that are closed for swimming are Bronze Beach in Umhlanga, Country Club Beach, eThekwini, Laguna, Reunion, Warner, Vehicle Spray, Pipeline, Henstis, and Kasarina Beach. These are the beaches where we are still doing some work in ensuring that our infrastructure is responding positive. We do not want to jump into conclusion of opening the beaches where we cannot guarantee the safety of our water quality in those beaches. The city continues to update the status of our beaches and pools as and when it changes. When we provided an update on the festive season in December, we indicated that only 25 swimming pools were open to the public. Today, because of our aggressive maintenance plan, we are able to report that as from last week, we have seen a number of swimming pools that are open move to 31 swimming pools. And the one that there is still a lot of noise about, there is work underway to fix it, the one for the children at the beach front. The damages were huge, but the other iconic swimming pool, we were there when I opened it during the time frame which we have stated. We always stick to what we have committed, so we opened that one during the festive season. I'm sure you have a lot to write about it. Today we have launched a much broader campaign which covers 18 precincts, which include the CBD, City Hall, ICC, Albert Park, Warwick, Moses Mabhida Stadium, Point, South Beach, North Beach, Ungeni, Musgrave, Grayville, and Dalton Hostel. Since last year, September, the city embarked on an aggressive cleaning campaign to keep the city clean and, most importantly, create a conducive climate for investment. So therefore, these are the targeted areas which I've just mentioned. A comprehensive operational plan has been developed which focuses on the following activities: blocked drains, overgrown grass, overgrown trees, street lighting, unauthorized building works, water and sewer leaks, enforcement of bylaws, bad buildings, traffic congestion, open trenches on sidewalks, potholes, damaged manhole covers, homelessness, illegal dumping. Our teams are on the ground identifying challenges in other precincts, particularly the secondary CPDs, which include Pantown, ECP, Movereland, and Otongat. We are pleased to report that our cleaning campaign is beginning to yield positive results as levels of cleanliness have improved in some parts of the CPD. The campaign we have launched today will be complemented by an intensive education drive awareness to encourage residents to keep their environment clean. Whilst I was still cleaning the city, in the taxi rank I was also talking to the residents, encouraging them to participate in this campaign of cleaning our city. And we would like to request you as members of the media as well, where we have improved, please show the world that there are some improvements. Come to Anton Lambert, they come to Pixbiga Isaka Sembe, there is huge improvement. Those are good stories to tell. On the relocation of flood victims, members of the media will recall that on the 5th in November last year, victims who were accommodated in mass care centers will be relocated to family-friendly accommodation before Christmas. We said no one must eat Christmas in a community hall. That was a commitment. We are happy to announce that as a current government, we were able to meet this target, which ended a difficult chapter for many flood victims. On the 23rd of December, the last families were relocated from mass care centers. It took an aggressive relocation program by all spheres of government led by the Honorable Premier, MSC for Human Settlement, and ourselves as eThekwini municipality, to keep the promise that the government had made that no family will spend Christmas in a mass care center. That was a promise fulfilled. We'd like to thank the families for their patience during what has been a difficult year. When we promised that no family would spend Christmas in a mass care center, there were many skeptics. Indeed, some politicians even turned the issue of mass care centers into a political football to score cheap political points. But we are steadfast in our quest to restore dignity to flood victims. Today, we can proudly say we have kept our promise by closing 120 mass care centers, housing more than 8,541 families in eThekwini municipality. Detailed planning is currently underway to build permanent houses in the land parcels the city has identified. Interruption of water supply in the city. Ladies and gentlemen, in the past few days, the city has been experiencing water supply challenges in areas that are supplied by the Phoenix, Verulam, and Tuzuma reservoirs. The interruption was due to inadequate supply of water from Durban Heights water treatment works to these areas. As you all know that the two bulk pipes of Mxolisi water have not been working. Tomorrow, the Minister of Water and Sanitation, Honorable Seto Mtunu, will be announcing the progress Mxolisi water has made in finalizing the repairs in this treatment plant, Durban Heights. We are confident that the commissioning of reservoir 3 of this treatment plant will eradicate the challenge of water supply in Tuzuma, Verulam, and Phoenix. After this media briefing, we'll also be meeting with the MSC of Kota, Honorable Mxolisi and Mxolisi Water Board to finalize concrete plans to address water challenges in our city. Other areas that have been experiencing water supply challenges include Umlazi, Folweni, and other areas in the south. These challenges were caused by several pipe bursts from the trunk main supplying water to these areas from Chatsworth, working with Mxolisi water as well. We are finalizing plans to replace this bulk pipe at an estimated cost of 900 million. While we have been able to repair this pipe, we are now remaining with the challenge of prolonged load shedding, which makes it difficult to pump water to the affected areas. However, our teams are working tirelessly to restore water supply in Umlazi and Folweni area by the close of business today. While we are addressing this situation, we have dispatched water tankers as an interim measure. We are also aware that Hambanati has been experiencing similar challenges because of increase in demand for water. To increase the flow from the waterworks, the municipality will install a second pump by the end of this month. This intervention will stabilize water supply in Hambanati area and surroundings. We want to apologize to all our residents who were inconvenienced by these challenges. We also understand that water is life. We can't live without water. We also call upon you to work with us to address other challenges which led to the disruption of basic services such as theft and vandalism of our infrastructure. There is an agenda to vandalize the infrastructure of the municipality. It may be informed by many things, but we have sourced the services of SSA so that we are able to get to the bottom of the matter and know exactly where does this vandalism come from. So those are the plans that we have as a city. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Your Worship. Let's start the report, colleagues, on the eThekwini festive season, which we just had. I will now invite the Mayor, Your Worship, to give us a brief overview of the report in the season, just to accommodate our residents who are shooting through the investigations.
Siyabonga kakhulu kakhulukazi bonke abezindaba bakwazi ukufika namhlanje ukuthi sizobeka iy'nhlelo zikahulumeni zikamasipala wethu ekulungiseni iy'nkinga zomphakathi wasethini nanokuthi kuhambe kanjani ngesikhathi sikancane. Sibonga kakhulu ukuthi abantu abaningi bakwazile ukungena onyakeni omusha ngamandla kaThixo. Sifisa futhi ukuthi sibafisele unyaka omuhle nempumelelo bonke abantu bakithi onezibekotho ezinhle. Ngifisa ukuthatha leli thuba-ke ukubonga bonke abasivakashelile ama-visitors ethu nabahlali baseThekwini akade behambele iy'ndawo ezahlukahlukene ngokuthi beqinisekise ukuthi benza iTheku kube indawo yabo ukungcebeleka ngalesikhathi sikancibijana. Sifisa futhi ukuphinde sibonge abahlali baseThekwini nalabo abasiphathele ezokungcebeleka ama-tourism hotel owners ukuthi bamukele ngezandla ezimhlophe futhi ezifudumele zonke iy'vakashi zethu ngalesi sikhathi samaholide. Ngale kwey'nkinga esihlangabezane nazo ngonyaka ophelile ka-2022 kakhulukazi ezey'khukhula, kodwa sizizwa sihambela phezulu futhi sizigqaja ngokuthi iTheku iqhubekile nokuthi libe yindawo abantu abathandayo ukuvakashela kuyona laba yiyona i-Africans playground. Lokhu-ke kuvezwe ama-thousands and thousands abavakashi abafikile bavakashela amabhishi ethu, bahamba bengcebeleka kwi-community yethu, bangena kuma-restaurants, emahhotela, ey'ndaweni ezinye zezokuvakasha nezokumnandi. Ngale ukuthi bebezojabulela ulwandle abantu nesihlabathi nelanga kanjalo nokubhukuda, kodwa iy'vakashi zethu ziphinde zathatha ithuba lokuthi zihambele imicimbi ebibaluleke kakhulu yokungcebeleka ebiyenza ngesikhathi sika-December enjengo-Durban Jazz Festival, Durban Rose, Woza Durban, neminye futhi imicimbi eminingi kakhulu. Siphinde-ke futhi sasingatha ngonkulu impumelelo imidlalo emikhulu. Omunye walowo mdlalo uKaizer Chiefs ne-Golden Arrows. Omunye futhi walowo mdlalo uphakathi kwama-Sharks nama-Blue Bulls nge-New Year's Eve on the 31st of December. Yonke-ke le midlalo nazonke lezi nhlelo ebesinazo zithola abavakashi abaningi abakwazi ukuyihambela lezi nhlelo. Lokho kwase kwanyusa-ke izinga lokugcwala kwamahhotela ney'ndawo zokulala zokuhlala lapha eThekwini zafinyelela ku-65%. Lokhu-ke kube sekusho ukuthi ama-visit esiwamukelile nabo behlukile, kodwa kwazi ukuba u-702,735 akwazi futhi ukusebenzisa imali ya-red spend ka-1.5 billion, kwakwazi futhi ukuthi 3.5 billion rands kwaba imali engenayo esikhwameni somnotho i-GDP yethu njenge-Theku. And-ke kwadala amathuba omsebenzi abantu abayizinkulungwane eziyisikhombisa namakhulu ayisikhombisa namashumi ayisikhombisa nesihlanu, 7,775 jobs. As a result, ngokuthi sandise kakhulu umsebenzi wamaphoyisa ugqame ubonakale benze umsebenzi ukuthi kuvikelwe impilo zabantu nasemgwaqweni nasey'ndaweni abantu abahlala kuzona nama-malls. Yingakho sibe ney'gameko ey'ncane, iy'gameko ey'ncane zokugibela ney'gameko futhi ey'ncane zey'ngozi zomgwaqo lapho esithi khona zibikiwe zarekhodwa phansi emabhukwini amaphoyisa. Siyakujabulela futhi ukusho ukuthi iqhinga lethu lokulungiselela zonke lezi inhlelo zika festive season kancebejana nama-plans ethu wonke amasu ethu asebenzile ngoba sithole nje ingane ezo-47 kuphela ezihlukene nabazali bazo ngesikhathi ukude emabhishi kodwa ngokukhulu ukushesha esikhathini esiku-24 hours sileze siqiniseke seyibuyiselelwe emndenini yazo lezo yingane seyiphelile. Konke-ke lokhu sikubhekisa njengomhlomulo ye-festive season integrated management safety plan esayithulakala nomkhulu wesifundazwe. Sihlele ukuthi abavakashi sokwamukela kanjani, zithini iy'nhlelo zokuphepha, yithini iy'nhlelo zokuncebeleka, konke lokho kwenza ukuthi kube ney'nhlelo ezibe yimpumelelo. Kanti futhi nokwandisa amaphoyisa emetro lawa besiwareliza nje ngoDisemba namanye futhi eseyiphe isarelizwe ngoDisemba kufake isengezo kuwo wonke besikuhlelile ukuthi iy'nhlelo zethu ihambe ngempumelelo. Ngakho-ke ngenxa yalezi zinhlelo zethu sikwazile ukuthi sihlomule ukulandela kule period ebalwa 15 December kuya 11 January 2023. Sikhiphe ama-funds kulabo abaphula imithetho yemigwaqo nama-license. Sikhiphe ama-funds awu-15,670 hhayi ixwayiso ama-funds fanekhokhe. Saphinde futhi sakhipha samisa iy'moto sayisesha eziwu-1,503. Saphinde sawobheka amabhizinisi ukuthi akhomplaya yini nama-license awo ngoba i-license yebhizinisi ifake isikhathi sokuvula nokuvala, ifake ukuthi yini efanele idayishwe lelo bhizinisi. Sihambele-ke amabhizinisi awu-7. Njengedolobha sibona-ke kukuhle kakhulu ukuthi lokhu kwenzakalile futhi siyazi ukuthi noma iy'ngqinamba bezikhona zokuthi kube khona amanye amabhishi ethu angavuliwe ngesikhathi sikaDisemba kodwa esikubonayo ukuthi sikwazile ukuthi siqhakambise nezinye iy'ndawo. Abantu bazi ukuthi idolobha laseThekwini idolobha elaziwa ngolwandle kuphela. Ziningi iy'ndawo zokuncebeleka futhi ezinhle ey'nobumnandi ey'tholakalayo kule dolobha laseThekwini. Ezinye zazo ngizena bahamba nemedia nami ngoDisemba sihambe sizikhombisa umphakathi ukuthi sikhona siyasebenza. Ingakho-ke sithi-ke lokhu sikubona kwamalungiselela amahle for ama-Easter holiday. Ukuthi kufika ama-Easter izinto ney'nhlelo zethu zobe yisezingeni ey'seqophelweni eliphezulu. Bafowethu nodadewethu kuyiqiniso ukuthi kule festive season leyo-12 kuphela amabhishi ulwandle lethu kube kade lusebenza ukuthi abantu belisebenzise ukubukwa. Kodwa ngenxa yomsebenzi omuhle esiwenzile ukulungisa inqalasizinda yethu kakhulukazi along the coastline, sesikwazile ukuphinde sivule amanye futhi amabhishi abe maningi. Kodwa kwawona lawo 12 uma usiqhathanisa namanye amadolobha ngokuy'balo zamabhishi egude kabona, hhayi nawo bese maningi lawo 12. Siyayigqaja-ke futhi siyajabula ukusho ukuthi amabhishi wonke lawo esiwavulile iquality yamanzi ibihloliwe ingenankinga. Yingakho kungakho noyedwa umuntu kungakho umphakathi okhala ngokukhishwa izisu lapha eThekwini. Njengoba kumenyezela kuthiwa namabhishi agcwelile ukuthi abantu bazogula, akekho nje samthole ogule. Nokade cabanga ukuthi uguliswe yithi udle kakhulu nge-festive season, kwathi uguliswe amanzi aseThekwini kanti udle kakhulu izinto zobumnandi ngesikhathi se-festive season futhi uyabe ikhansela. Ilungisiwe-ke leyo nkinga kwabhekwa ama-quality of water yashiya ukuthi ihlelekile ayinankinga, sathola ne-independent view amanzi ethu ahlanzekile. Amabhishi-ke asavaliwe, angiqale ngavuliwe, asavuliwe eSepoint, uShaka Marine, Eddington, South Beach, i-Welsh Beach, North Beach, Bay of Plenty, Toti, Main Beach, Brighton Beach, Mdloti Main Beach, Mgababa Umnini Beach, Umhlanga Main Beach, Westbrook and Berkshire Beach. Kunamanye-ke singakawavuli. Isizathu singawavuli ngoba sifuna ukuqinisekisa ukuthi isimo samanzi, inhlanzeko isezingeni elifanele nelilindelekile. Yilawo-ke alandelayo. Bronze Beach, Country Club Beach, eThekwini Beach, Laguna, Reunion, Warner Bridge, Becker Spring, Pipeline, Ensties, and Kasarine. Idolobha lethu liyaqhubeka ukuthi bazise abantu ukuthi maphavuliwe maphazovala ngoba asifuni ukubeka impilo zabantu engcupheni. Ngakho wonke ama-beach ethu kufanele siqinisekise ukuthi ahloliwe amanzi, abantu mabengena kuwona abazukugula bethole izifo ezahlukahlukene. Ngesikhathi esinikeza-ke abantu bakithi njalo sibazise ukuthi maphavuliwe navuliwe, sasimemezela ukuthi ama-swimming pool asebenzayo 25. Siyajabula-ke ukumemezela njengamanje asandile lawo ma-swimming pool siyawalungisa. Ngisho naleya esiyibiza nge-iconic swimming pool yethu laphaya eThekwini enhle kakhulu, siyivule ngesikhathi sesishini ngoDisemba kushaya seyisebenza lo swimming pool. Esele le yabantwana enkulu ngokumonakala kuqala sizinda mkhulu kakhulu, kodwa siyathembela ukuthi kufika ama-holiday ephasini siyobe sindiza sihambela phezulu ngalo swimming pool. Ase-31-ke manje asevule. Siqale-ke ikhampeyini uClean Idolobha ngoSepthemba. Siyethula emphakathini ukuthi amabhizinisi umphakathi ube ingxenye yawo. Siyaqhubeka-ke nokuyiqinisa nomkhankaso wethu ngoba idolobha lethu sibonile umehluko, zikhona indawo sezinawo umehluko wokuhlanzeka njengamanje, kodwa siqiniseke ngoba kusafanele siqhubeke silenze kube idolobha inhlanzeko ebuzwa kulona idolobha lakithi. Ingakho-ke namhlanje siphinde saqhubezana phambili lolo hlelo njengoba ningibona nigqoke kanjena nje, ingoba ngiqale ekuseni ngayoklina ngawoqoqa udoti ukuqinisekisa ukuthi nethimba likamasipala nabasebenzi nabozakwethu siyaqinisekisa ukuthi iy'ndawo zihlanzekile. Iy'ndawo esiyithagethe kakhulu i-CBD, i-City Hall, around City Hall, ama-precinct, ICC, i-Albert Park, uWawini, Moses Mabhida Stadium, Point area, South Beach, North Beach, Umgeni, Musgrave, Greyville, and Dalton Hostels. Lawa amanye ama-precinct akhona ey'hlelweni zethu nawo futhi azohlanjwa. Ngiyazi ukuthi nizofuna ukubuza manje ngale migwaqo emincane ekhona ngale siyaya nakuyona wonke esikushiye, yonke imigwaqo izohlanjwa. Lolu hlelo lokuhlanza lifaka izinto ey'ningi, ukubheka ama-drains ablokhekile, iy'hlahla nokhula olukhulile emgwaqweni, ama-street lights ukuthi ayakhanya, abantu abanamabhilidi angauthoriziwe futhi ngaleyo ma-building regulations ethu njengomasipala, water and sewer leaks, ukuvuza kwendle namanzi ey'ndaweni, qinisa kakhulukazi isandla ekutheni ama-bylaws umthetho kamasipala wonke umuntu ayigcine olapha edolobha. Amabhilidi abukeka kabi enza ukuthi idolobha lethu libe libi uma ulibhekile, kodwa libe ngcono umhlaba wonke ngobuhle. Lamabhilidi kasethatha kubuyisele emumva ngoba awanakekele. Ngakho umsebenzi wethu njengomasipala ukubhekana ngqo nabanikazi bamabhilidi, sibafake ekhoneni ukuthi abawalungise. Uma bengafuni ukuwalungisa siwathatha thina siwalungise thina ngey'nkantolo bese esikhokhe imali yethu. Ngakho futhi ukubheka ne-traffic, control traffic emgwaqweni ne-Traffic Act si-enforce. Sibheke futhi ukuthi la kunama-sidewalks khona abantu abamanje yabona la edolobheni kunabantu abanwey'mbele benganikezwa ama-certificate benze i-construction behambe bewushiye kanjani umgodi ungafakwa ama-danger tape yokuthi abantu abangadlulile bazolimala beshinde kuvuleke kunjalo. Nalezo zinto sobe siyibhekile ngoba sisebenza. Ama-potholes okuyinto engayinhle emgwaqweni yethu, imigodi ebasemgwaqweni ngoba ilimaze iy'moto zabantu futhi ingabeka ney'mpilo zabantu engozini. Sibheke lezo zinto. Siphinde sibheke futhi nama-manholes angasenamakava ngoba abafowethu labadayisa iy'nsimbi bey'ntshontshe iy'nsimbi zethu. Ama-manholes ethu ensimbi sebewaqedile. Amaningi lapha edolobheni awasekho amakava khona, sesifake okuyi-concrete ukwenza singaphindi sifake insimbi ezophinde intshontshwe futhi. Ukubheka nalabo abangenandawo hlala, homelessness. Sibheke ukuthi sibagudluza kanjani, sibabeke endaweni ehlelekile. Ezinye indawo esiyihlelayo sizohlela indawo ey'phephile, sibafake kuzona, size sibafensele kahle bengahlaselwa zigebengu, bebethole nokudla phakathi ngoba nisobambisana no-DSD ukuthi inhlalonhle yabo iqhubeke. Kodwa ngeke sikubekezelele ukuthi begcwale lonke idolobha bengcolise idolobha ngezenzo abazenzayo abanye babo, ngoba kusibona bonke abangama-drug addicts, abanye basuke indawo yokuhlala. Illegal dumping, amabhizinisi sesiqalile ukwanikeza ama-fines, amanatshing udoti noma yikuphi bethi beqede imishini lapho bethathe bekulahla idodi ngobuningi bawo endaweni engathi ngakona idodi sizokulungisa. So wonke-ke lama-team adeploye kulezi ndawo esoyisebenza sizobe sesiqhubekela phambili-ke ngoba sifuna ukubona ama-secondary towns ethu njengesiphiko, iPantown, iThongati, iVerulam kanye namanye ehlanzekile na. Ukuthathwa kokugudluzwa kwabantu bakithi abade be-affectwe yizikhukhula ngesikhathi sey'khukhula behlaliswe ey'ndaweni njengamahholo nasemasontweni. Samemezela-ke ngoNovemba ukuthi kuyoshaya ukhisimusi bonke sebekhishiwe kulezi ndawo ade behlezi zona kabuhlungu nemindeni yabo behlaliswe ey'ndaweni ey'ngconywana, ngithi angigcizelele ey'ndaweni ey'ngconywana for ukuthi umndeni ukwazi ukuhlala kuzo. So-ke ingakho-ke bonke sikwazi ukuthi sibasuse kulezi ndawo emahholo ngaphambi kokushaya ukhisimusi. Siyakujabulela ukuthi sikumemezele semthethweni ukuthi njengohulumeni onakekelayo sikwazile-ke ukuthi le target ebesiyibekele yona ukuthi bonke before Christmas bebe sebesusiwe kulezi ndawo, futhi saqinisekisa ukuthi abogcina bathathwa ngomhla ka-23 Disemba ukuyohlala endaweni ey'ngconywana. Kuthatheke ukufaka umfutho namandla ukahulumeni ney'nhlaka zikahulumeni ezahlukahlukene isikole undunankulu no-MEC wakwa-Human Settlement nathi njengedolobha ukuthi siqinisekise siyasigcina lesethembiso sokuthi abantu bakithi bephume bekhishwe kulezi ndawo behlezi zona kabuhlungu. Siyababonga futhi abemedia ngoba sabona nakudlulisa emphakathini ukuthi abantu sebekhishiwe kulezi ndawo. Siyakubonga lokhu kubambisana okunjengalo. Sithanda-ke futhi ukubonga nemindeni leyo ukuthi sibekezelele nakuba bekunengqinamba kodwa sibekezelele ukuthi sikwazi ukuhlela uhlelo lokubasusa kulezi ndawo bekwazi ukuhlela ukhisimusi ey'ndaweni ethu. So okusho ukuthi-ke uma ama-care centers abe-120 siwaqede wonke eThekwini, awayikho neyodwa esele. Bebehlalisa abantu abaningisela ku-8,541 imindeni. Ngakho-ke siyasigqaja-ke ngalo msebenzi. Umsebenzi-ke sesibhekene nawo manje kuwona umkhulu kakhulu nayo yonke ukuthi phela njengoba sesibahlalise ey'ndaweni zesikhashana kufanele sigijimise uhlelo lokuthi sibagudluze kulezi ndawo zesikhashana bethole izinto ey'permanent. Yingakho-ke sokugijimisela lolo hlelo kakhulukazi kulezi ndawo esizihlonzile, umhlaba esiwuhlonzile ukubakhela izindlu. Omunye ozobabhizi kakhulu umhlaba useKonubia ngoba silindele ukuthi sakhe izindlu ezinabo 25,000 masiphelele yonke i-development eseKonubia. Ngakho iy'nhlelo zethu soziqinisa kakhulu nakhona nakweminye imihlaba esiyi-identifyayo. Sekuvala-ke ukuphazamiseka kokudluliswa kwamanzi emphakathini. Ey'nsukwini ezimbalwa nje endlini siyibonile imiphakathi yase-Phoenix, Verulam, Tuzuma iba ney'nkinga ey'ningi zamanzi ngenxa ama-reservoirs akhona ebekade ney'nkinga ekade ihlangabezane nazo ngenxa yokuthi amanzi atholakala kungena i-water awenele angena kulama-reservoirs. So umthamo wamanzi siwathola unganele ukuthi uqhubeka amanzi ahlinzeke ngendlela ejwayelekile futhi elindelekile. Yingakho-ke sithi konke lokhu ukulungiswa nje kwe-Durban Heights Water Treatment Works ikona okuzokwenza umehluko. Kusasa lokusayo sobe sinengqongqoshe zamanzi eSouth Africa, umphathiswa wakusenza umculo ezokwenza imemezelo zokuthi sikhambe kangakanani ngokomsebenzi osuwenziwe ukulungisa lezi ikhungo zamanzi ney'phehlizamanzi. Ngiyafisa-ke ukusho ukuthi uma kuthiwa ngempela siyaqinisekisa ukuthi ukusebenza ka-Reservoir 3 lapha eDurban Heights kusukela kusasa ngokuthi uzokumemezela lokhu ungqongqoshe nomphathiswa uzolungisa zonke lezi nkinga ey'afethe lezi ndawo Tuzuma, Verulam and Phoenix. Umthamo wamanzi uzokhuphuka ngoba njengamanje kusebenza ama-reservoirs amancane. iDurban Heights kuyiyona ethola umthamo omkhulu wamanzi eThekwini ibingasebenzi yonke le minyaka emibili. Namanje mangiqeda lapha ngizohlangana no-MPC uZikalala sizobonisana ngezinye indawo ney'nkinga ey'khona zamanzi kulezi ndawo esibhekene nazo. Amanye ama-areas athwale kanzima iy'ndawo enjengaseMlazi, eFolweni nezinye indawo engasesouth. Lokho-ke kwenziwe ukuthi maningi kakhulu amapayipi amakhulu ey'thabe eqhuma kulezi ndawo kwasinikeza umthwalo ukuthi kufanele siwalungise ukwenza ukuthi amanzi abuye abuyiswe endaweni ngendlela efanele. kakhulukazi i-truck main ekuyiyona ebisaplaya amanzi lapha iyona ebi-affectekile kulezi iy'ndawo zabo-Chatsworth. Sisebenza nomngeni water, siyaluqedela ukulungisa ukuthi senze umsebenzi ukulungiswa kwepayipi ekuyilona elithwele i-South yonke ipayipi elikhulu lizokosta 900 million. Futhi sesiwalungisile amapayipi kulezi iy'ndawo aqhume kuzona amapayipi ngase-South. Sifuna ukunikeza isiqiniseko umphakathi wokuthi kusukela namhlanje umsebenzi wonke uzophothulwa ukulungisa lamapayipi ukuthi abantu basemlazi efolweni lezi iy'ndawo zase-South bewathola amanzi kulindelekile. Siyaxolisa ngoba siyazi ukuthi amanzi ayimpilo, akuphileki ngaphandle kwamanzi. Ngakho sifisa ukuxolisa emphakathini ukuthi kube nalezi iy'nkinga nengqalasizinda yethu egcina kuqhuma amapayipi, kube ney'nkinga, kuthathe nesikhathi sizama ukulungisa, kodwa konke lokhu sikwenza ngenhloso ukuthi umphakathi ubuyelwe amanzi ngokushesha. Siyafisa-ke ukusho ukuthi ey'ndaweni ebesingakwazi ukuthi sisheshe silungise amapayipi, sikwazi ukuthumela iy'moto zamanzi zidlulisele umphakathi amanzi ngalesi sikhathi kade kuningi. Angeke sishiye kule ndawo sihamba nathi uThongati ibe nengqinamba enkulu ngoba sonke sazi ukuthi uThongati i-water treatment plant yethu yayishawe yikhukhula yonke. Sithe mase siyivula kwasho bese sithatha isikhathi eside ingasebenzi. Ngesikhathi esiyivula sesiqedile umsebenzi sarealize ngoba ukwazi ukubona bongaqala ukwadlulisa amanzi. Sabona-ke amapayipi amanye kade eqhumile, sawalungisa lawo mapayipi ukwenza amanzi aqhubeke adlulele ey'ndaweni. Kodwa okunye nje ebekade kusinikeza inkinga enkulu laphaya endaweni yaseThongati ukuthi sisebenza ngephampa eyodwa. Iphampa yesibili siyaqedela ukuthi siyilungise njengamanje khona izokwazi ukuqinisekisa ukuthi iyasebenza. Uma kuphela noJanuwari izobe seyisebenza nephampa enkulu yesibili ezokwazi ukuthi isihlekele ukuthi ihamba nathi kube idimandi enkulu sikwazi ukwadlulisa amanzi endleleni elindelekile. Sifisa ukuxolisa-ke izakhamuzi zonke zakithi ukuthi zithwalele ubunzima obungaka. Asiyena uhulumeni onganakekeli ongenathando, kepha inqalasizinda yethu inokuhlaselwa kakhulu. Khona abavala ama-valves ethu kuthiwa kwenye indawo amanzi bengaphumi kanti kunabasebenzi nje noma angithi kunabantu ngoba kuyotholakala masithola i-investigation ukuthi bayabasebenzi. Kunabantu bengabavala ama-valve angasebenzi amanzi engaphumi. Mase kutholakala emva kwesikhathi ukuthi hayi ivalve nje ehlisiwe kufanele benyuswe ivalve abantu bethola amanzi. So zonke-ke lezo zinto zibuye zilimaze uhlelo lwethu lokudlulisa amanzi, kanti nokucekelwa phansi kwamapayipi ethu nama-valve ethu. Abanye bethotshe iy'nsimbi, kuwona bethotshe izinto ezahlukahlukene. Lokhu kube nomthelela omubi kakhulu ekudluliseni kwamanzi. Siyaxolisa kakhulu, sinethemba lokuthi ukubambisana nomphakathi zonke lezi y'nkinga sizodlula kuzona. Kodwa kusalayo ukuthi umphakathi waseThekwini siyawuthembisa nezinto ezonakele siyazilungisa futhi iy'nhlelo ziqondile zokuzilungisisela.
Sibonga kakhulu kwameya ngobiko zosipho umkhankaso wethu ukusingatha izivakashi isikhathi sikaKhisimusi nezinhlelo zikamasipala eziqhubeka njengamanje. Now, members of the media, I would like to open the floor for questions. But as the mayor is indicated earlier on that is the engagement in MSC level, so I will really take one round of questions. Then I will invite the mayor to responses. So I'm going to take Councillor one. Anybody else? There is a good hand over there. There's 39 in the back. So I have 3 on this 4 in total. So I will invite colleagues to introduce yourself and say the name of the leader you are coming from and the question.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Jade also from the SABC. I just have 2 questions. The first one is that we were told that businesses and the tourism sector would be here. But if they are here, is there a reason why they're not here today, as indicated from the presser? And the second question is, you spoke about an independent water contractor that is assessing the water the last weekend that we had sometime in December. I just wanted to find out how often do they test the waters, because at some of the beaches there's still a stench that is coming. And one would imagine that is sewage. So I just wanted to find out why is there still a stench that's permeating at some of the beaches if the water is in fact safe.
from me, the first part is KZN disaster management has been criticized for being incapable of performing its duties, and we're going to face more severe weather. Is the city planning to increase its own capability to attend to what could be coming over the coming months because of global warming in order to save people's lives? Then, to what my colleague Jade said is, beaches are still polluted. We're at Mgeni River Mouth today where there's trash everywhere, and it's been like that for the better part of December. DSW has had major go-slows for the past year, even before that. What's your intervention in DSW and cleaning up the city? Finally, you mentioned SSA is going to investigate these targeted vandalism incidents. Why do you think it could be? Who could be behind that? Is that political? Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Guru Bennett from Sunset Times. As I said to the mayor, says that we are to clean the state, removing candidates and people who are hopeless. So, do you think that is a good advice to deal with that? Okay.
Thank you, colleagues, for your questions, as well as your inputs in how we can improve things. Let me start with the loss of numbers of tourists in the city. It was given that with the challenges that were faced with, there were people who were running campaigns on a daily basis, and then people should not come over here. Because when you do not sell your city, but you talk bad about your city, you haven't seen opposition in the other part of the world. There are many things that are wrong in America, but you haven't seen opposition going all out saying people must not visit America because in America there are problems. But you see the opposition complimenting the world so that you have visitors, because once you affect visitors, it also affects the economy, how the economy is run. So when you say people should not come because there are problems, you are actually sending them away from the city to visit your own shops. So we have put in place our plans. Firstly, the strategy is not to be complaining about the problems. It's to build the infrastructure that we all know what needs to be fixed. We know that what needs to be fixed, and we are on course in fixing that. We can't fix things within 11 hours and complete everything in a short space of time. So it is a process to fix our infrastructure, especially sanitation. sanitation infrastructure so that it doesn't affect our beaches. So the other plan that we have is to ensure that we have not been, yes, we've been marketing the city, but I think that on the people's minds, for the international visitors in particular, Durban is not in their mind in a manner that we envisage. So we'll be upping our game in terms of marketing the brand. Yeah. We need to intensify the marketing processes to ensure that people know about what Durban can offer and what Durban is capable of offering to all tourists. The 2019 figures were around 980,000 visitors, which now we've dropped from the number to the number of 700,000, 702,000 that we have mentioned. So the reasons are obvious that people thought that when they come here they will find all beaches working. So it's not all beaches that were working. It did not only affect us, it affected our neighbors as well, but we are talking about our own challenges here. So when people they know that the beaches are closed, they change their bookings, they look for other places. So that's what transpired. But we were happy that people realized that eThekwini is not only offering the beach, we also have many other hidden gems which they explore during festive season. So we need to up the game so that we are not only known about having your beaches and promenade. There are many things which people can also explore during their visitations. The issue when it comes to the drug addicts and dealing with syndicates, the police are doing some work. It's just that when we spoke with them, they said they are unfortunate that we do not come on board as media to popularize the work that they are doing in eThekwini. They've got many breakthroughs here in eThekwini. Arrest of criminals who have been troublemakers in the city, drug dealers. There are many breakthroughs when it comes to the drug dealing in eThekwini, but it's not all of you who popularize such activities. So we appeal to you that work with the police so that they can showcase what they are capable of doing. So there is good work that they are doing, the intelligence that is working to identify the syndicates and all of that. In areas like Chatsworth, Phoenix, there are many arrests that have been effected. In Point Road, there are many arrests that have been effected. It's just that we need to sell those good stories. And the only way to sell those good stories is for you, as members of the media, to support the police work, like they are doing in Gauteng. So in Gauteng every week, it's not that there's nothing that is being done here, but every week they are on television showcasing what they are doing on the ground. So I would like to employ your services as well to follow the police when they are doing the good job. We are not saying that the challenges are still there, and we still need to work on those challenges, especially dealing with the bad buildings which are invaded, dealing with the residential buildings, the flats in the city, where we cannot account for people who live in those buildings, because that's how drug trafficking is taking place, where you cannot account for people who reside in a particular flat. So we must know each and everyone who resides in a flat. So we are putting plans to ensure that we respond to that particular challenge. The informal trading, I'm sure you all heard the pronunciation by the ANC president that we must support local economies, we must support the informal economy. As a city, we do have plans to support them, hence we had informal trade in the last year. And there are clear resolutions which were taken on how we can work better with the informal traders in the city, and how we can also request them to assist us in cleaning the city. Today in the cleaning campaign, there were more than 50 informal traders who joined the campaign to clean the city. So it shows that they do have interest in seeing the city improving on the services that it renders. And the issue of the permits is an issue which we are working on because we have more than 10,000 informal traders who are not in possession of permits in the city. So we are working on that. How do we unlock it? How do we avail the other spaces? How do we formalize, regularize them, those who are trading in the city, so that we do not have a situation where at the pavement, in front of a shop entrance, you find someone taking a door from his house and converting that door to be an informal table in the city and blocking the entrance to the shop, which will make the owners of the shop to leave the city. When they leave the city, there will be people who will be retrenched working in those shops. So therefore, we have said to Metropolis, clear the passages. Make sure that the pathways where people are supposed to walk freely, their space is opened. For now, that is the enforcement that we are doing. So if you hear people complaining, you must know that it's only those who are blocking the entrances who are also selling at the vendors in front of the other shops, which does not make our city look good in terms of sustaining the economic activities that are happening. Then the issue when it comes to the capacity to tackle the weather conditions as they change presented by global warming. The city is building on that. There are recruitments in disaster management which have been effected to recruit more people, and there are trainings which are conducted, but our teams are always ready. Hence, our own early warning system were giving us the indications as to what do we expect, what can we expect in terms of weather. And we're also alarming our communities that we need to be cautious in our movements. We need to ensure that those who are living in the riverbanks, they await a call. When we say we evacuate them, they must be ready for such activities. So our teams have been on the ground to do a lot of work. But we were fortunate that the weather conditions which were alarmed, they nearly became mild than what was anticipated. So that was the fortunate part. We can't say we can attribute that to anyone else beside His Almighty. Then the issue when it comes to the cleaning of beaches, the campaign that was presented here does not preclude all our beaches to ensure that we remove the dirt that is there. We know that during the heavy winds and more rain which came to the city, it also impacted on the cleanliness of our beaches. So there is a plan for that. Vandalism or sabotage, where do we attribute to? For now, will await the outcome of the investigations. We do not want to say it's unpolitical or it's political, or it's our workers, or it's others, private sectors who want to supply us with other services when our system is not working. We do not want to speculate. We want it to be something, hence we have approached SSA to give us the tangible results and outcomes when it comes to it. So we'll make an announcement as soon as we get that report. What informs this vandalism? SABC, the business was supposed to be here, you're right, and we communicated that. So I'm sure there were some miscommunication when it comes to the times and everything. So I think in the next briefing they'll be joining us because we've been with them in that briefing. So we wish to apologize to them that there was some miscommunication. Independent assessment of water quality, yes, we are open to that as we've been saying, but we also have our own scientists, and we also ask for the services of Mgeni Water to conducts the same. We also ask for the National Department of Water also to reinforce the testing of water in our city. But let me give assurance to our citizens in eThekwini that the quality of water of this city is rated high in the world because there are levels in the quality of water. So we are rated high. So there's no dispute about it. So as the latest result indicated, that there was nothing wrong with our water when we were questioning the quality of our water. With the beaches, constant assessments are conducted by our own internal scientists. We make sure that we don't allow the week to pass without conducting these assessments, so that we can be alarmed if we have to go and close the beach somewhere, so that whatever the issues of contamination are identified. So with the beaches, I don't want us to be scientists. I don't want us to say we see something in the beach. We may think what we see is what we see, but it's something else. So I want us to leave that to people who assess quality of water. Because as a mayor standing there around the beach and say, hey, there's something which I see there, there's something black there. I assume maybe it's pure, it's whatever that we identify. So let's allow the scientists to test what is in our water, which is allowed to be there. And as soon as we get alarmed in terms of the assessment, we close those beaches. But our beaches, the ones that we've announced, they are there, they are clean for people to swim. The last one, yeah, I think I've covered all the issues that have been raised. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Thank you, members of the media. This is all we had for today. I would like to thank you for prioritizing us to be here today, and to also say please be partner with us as a municipality in terms of sharing information with our members of the public. This year there will be more of these media briefing whereby the mayor will be coming to give us the update in terms of our service delivery. So we appeal that you will partner with us in terms of sharing information, going out with us in our operation, as well as sharing the number of the public of the challenges we are facing and what is being done to address those challenges. With that, I would like to thank you again.
So I was cautioned that an EFSA, because she was specific about how often do we test. It's twice a week. Twice a week, yes. So and we give those results to the public. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you, Mr. Zed, for having steered the ship, the correct direction. Since we said that, when you're going to ship, no, get it.